Hello guys, excuse me for the bad lighting. So in this episode, I want to talk about, do you have a planning? I want to say I want to discuss this topic in two aspects, either financial or emotional. Well, let's first talk about financial. Do you have a financial plan? I remember my company has a career day where they hire the financial analytics from the third party, and I went to the booth, and the financial analytics, they asked me what is my goal, what is my retirement plan, how much money would I like to have in the future, and I was like completely it threw me off guard. Like, I've never thought about it. And also it was my first year after college. It was my first time to have real money where I can invest. I remember going to the federally.com, and the website also asked me what is your retirement plan. So the website recommends me the bond versus stocks ratio, and also recommend different percentage of my paycheck. And I had no idea. The only so I don't know what my financial plan is, so to speak. So, and it hit me hard. Like, it's the end of 2020. This has to change. I need to think about how much money I am in my 20s. So suppose we work till in our 60s. So during the 40 years. So how much money would I like to have after after I retire? For example, in the 60s, or if I want to retire early, I want to retire in my 40s or 50s, then how much money would I have to live a comfortable life? Like, I really need to think about these things. Like, these topics are not something brings up in the friend chat. Like, you go to most of the friends, maybe nobody tells you about it, but these are really important things I have to think about. Do I have a financial plan? So right now, I like to watch motivational videos where Dan Lok is one of the successful entrepreneur in Canada. He says rich people has one of the habits rich people have is they pay themselves first. What does it mean? It is pay yourself first. Doesn't mean you buy a nice meal, you pay the restaurant. It doesn't mean you buy a fancy car, you pay the dealership. It means save your money, invest your money, so you can live a comfortable life in the future. So that is pay your future self first. Right now, I can directly tell you the percentage I put in the retirement account is 88%, and the only reason for that is my company will match 8%. So that's all I do, but it is not enough. According to Dan Lok, he says everything is going to be more expensive, and 10% is not enough. And I remember I briefly talked to the financial guy. He says 10% is also not enough. So this year the open enrollment comes up. Open enrollment means how much money we would like to put. The company will ask how much money we would like to put in the retirement account so that they can match, and also how much HSA, the health. Okay, I forgot the full name of HSA, but I promise you I will come back later. HSA and other accounts, how much money would you like to pay directly from your paycheck? So I'm thinking I'm going to put more money, absolutely more than 8% probably, 10%, 15%. So that money will go directly to the retirement account, and I won't see it, and it's not in like cash form, so I won't think of spending it, so to speak. I think the reason why I haven't thought about retirement is I was still in the college mode. I graduated from grad school last year in 2019. So my mind is still in college. I still see some college students walking around, and I feel very registered with them, and I haven't changed the mindset that I am a young professional. I need to think about retirement like 40 years. Like, it feels scary. You know, in many songs, the lyrics are like, we will stay young forever. I'm still at the that I will stay young forever, that kind of mode. But I have to realize I'm going to get old eventually someday. I will be in the hospital, I'll be oxygen. So to support my life, it reminds me, thinking of retirement reminds me of mortality, reminds me of I will die someday. My body will not function as much as right now, but I am in my nobody can stay in their 20s forever. I really need to think about it. So, do you have a plan? Do you have a financial plan? You really need to think about it. The next thing is emotional plan. Like for the singles out there, suppose your goal is to find a boyfriend. Then what is your plan? What is your strategy? Do you mostly, or do you only go use online dating? Do you meet new people through real life? Real life events can be you talk to a female, your same sex, and you become friends, and she may know some people. Then you guys hang out together, go to a party. That's how you meet new people through the same sex. Or you go skiing, rock climbing, biking, marathon. You do this activity, so you meet people in real life. So what is your strategy to meet new guys? And what are your criteria? Like this, what are you looking for? You have to know that. Does he have to be kind, loyal, well spoken, have a bachelor degree, etc., etc.? You have to have a list. After you have this list, you also have to think of a plan for yourself. What is the time that you accept from getting hi, I just met you to exclusive boyfriend, girlfriend. 3 months. I think it's probably the average date. 3 months equal to 12 weeks. So suppose you hang out once a week, so that is 12 days. So after 12 days, you should have a sense of the guy's personality, his character. So after 12 days, after 3 months, if you think he has the boyfriend or husband potential, you have to bring up the exclusivity talk. Otherwise, you are wasting time. It's like no business stays the same. If the sales is not growing, then the business is declining, and no relationship stays the same. If it keeps the status quo, it's declining. So if he doesn't push the exclusivity talk, you need to have a plan. You need to know your timeline. For example, 3 months, you ask that question. Are we exclusive? Like, where do you see this is going? You have to have a plan for yourself, because nobody has your best interest at heart. you have your best interest at heart. So, and after you guys become boyfriend, girlfriend, become exclusive, and then you have to think of what's your timeline of, for example, engage or getting married. You need to have a plan. It will be a. I feel like most girls want to get married someday. So what does it look like? What's what milestone do you have to hit to before marriage? And you have to think about it. I hope guys would have the courage or wisdom to lead a relationship. I hope he has a plan too. He has a plan when he wants to become girlfriend, boyfriend, and engage in marriage. I hope he has a plan, but what if he doesn't have a plan? You know, there are stories where women wait for 3 years, 5 years, and not getting married. Like, come on. We don't have that time. If you guys are in high school, you're under 20, then 3 years means, for example, from 16 to 19, then you guys are probably in high school, then 3 years probably does not make much difference. But if you're in your late 20s, in late 30s, then 3 years count a lot. So what is your timeline of from boyfriend to girlfriend to fiance to husband? You need to have a plan and execute your plan. So if you, nobody let's say for the self-starters, start from zero, they build their own business. One day they become uber rich, they become a billionaire. It doesn't happen by chance. They have a plan.